For those of you that have watched my most recent YouTube videos and posts on Facebook about what project I'm going to get started on now, that's having finished off the rebuild of the Backwoods Miniatures vertical boiler wood-bodied loco, well, I've decided, and indeed it is in the Backwoods Miniatures Open Cab conversion for the Davenport Gas Mechanical. As I've said several times, it must be getting boring now, but I'm still a relative beginner to all this. But if anyone's watching this in the same situation, or perhaps not a beginner but have not tackled any sort of project loco kits like this, then hopefully there's something to be gained. If you have a look around my workbench, you'll see a selection of some of the tools that you're going to need. The fan, by the way, is because it's 30 degrees here C in the UK today. We had 36 the other day, but even 30 is about 86 Fahrenheit for you guys over the other side of the world, so it's quite warm. Anyway, so what have we got? Well, colours, glues, greases, super glues of different viscosities, drill sets going right down to tiny little ones you can hardly see, side cutters, pin vices, scalpels, screwdrivers, tiny fine files, digital calipers, pretty useful, isopropyl alcohol, super glue activator, a spare hands device, very useful. There's some DCC decoder wiring there. What else have we got? Oh yes, Labelle 108 oil. It's probably cheaper to buy liquid gold. And the same goes for the grease as well, but I seem to be having a bit of a moan, don't I, Labelle, at their prices, but there we go. Might be a reason for it. This is the bonnet slash hood part of the Gas Mechanical that I've picked as the guinea pig victim for the conversion. I've gone through some other spares as well, so I'm going to end up with loads of hoods and cabs for Davenports. Who knows, I might put a centre cab hybrid together sometime. That's one of the it's the main etched brass sheet. This is just to remind me that I've got about 50 brass gears that I've bought in from China and then get modified to fit the Davenport rear axle, so you no longer have the splitting issues. Anyway, first stage was to remove this brass cab area, if you can call it a cab, out of the one of the etched plates. Do a bit of bending and filing and then glue that to the footplate, which is what I've done. There's 6 tiny holes I've got to drill. You might see them in the video here. The instructions say they're 1mm, but in fact there's no 1mm rod in the box, which either is a highlights that the instructions are wrong, and there'd be no surprise there. Without having a particular go at Backwoods Miniatures, I found quite a few inconsistencies, but it may be that the seller who sold this to me via eBay, who said thought it was complete, was wrong. It's perhaps not complete. It's missing its 1mm brass rod. So just a word of warning there: if you buy anything on eBay in kit form, however well intentioned the owner seller might be, really do go to some length to try and establish if everything is there. So it looks like I'm going to need some 1mm rod, and then I've got to try and drill, as you can see on the brass plate there, there's the holes where the rods go, but I've got to drill into the foot plate for those. So if you've never tackled anything like this before, however many years you might have been involved with doing model railway railroading work, it's not for the faint-hearted, I would say. I mean, I'm a newcomer to model railway work, but I've done quite a lot of modelling and model engineering over the years. So I've learned a few things, I guess, but yeah, it's going to be quite challenging, even for the open cab. So maybe there's something to be said for buying a loco that's already been converted, which I know a lot of people prefer. But I prefer the deep heart surgery as well, even if it might be turning my hair a bit greyer. Anyway, there we go. Quick update. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to my new YouTube channel and watch me progress, hopefully in a positive way.